Welcome to Horror News Radio for March 27th, 2023. Join us for Horror News of the Week and 13 horror movies coming in April 2023. All this and more coming up next. Hello, once again. I am your host, Doc Rotten, and this is H&R, the official Gruesome Magazine podcast. Back with me again this week are the scariest, goriest, bloodiest co-hosts on the net. Yes, and welcome back, Dave
Dreher! God, you pulled a fast one.
I didn't give you any lead time. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. Glad to be back. Sorry about that. It's been a weird. I got sick after the last time we talked, and the three of us were together. Mm-hmm. I went upstairs and told my wife I'm starting to not feel well, and I proceeded to be sick for like 10 days.
Oh no!
It's good to feel good again.
Good to feel good. Well, I will be circling back around to you because you do have some other news to share for us before we get into the official horror news of the week. Yeah. Also joining us is Living Dead Girl, Crystal Cleveland. How you doing?
I'm fabulous. I'm trying to make my head spin around, but it's not working.
Oh,
so. You can do it. You're not trying hard enough.
So what are we going to be
look. Here we go. This is what I really needed.
All right, show us. What do you got?
There you go.
God, that sounds horrible. Like, sorry. The sound isn't... Shush. Go shush now.
That was bizarre.
I think Regan needs
I've never seen that before. That is crazy.
You know what else I have? Have you seen the little rubber duckies, too? I have one of those.
Oh, no. Let me see. You got it?
Oh, it's not right here.
Well, here, I got something. to show.
I do have... Oh! Actually, I have a Living Dead. I have a lot of Exorcist stuff, actually. You know what? I just realized I have a Living Dead doll. But this is... I have too much horror stuff. It does not fit in here.
Well, it's all behind you. It's everything right there. And look at back behind you. So.
Oh, mine is literally like my whole house is ridiculous. I have a problem.
We all do.
All right. I have a problem too, and it's usually pronouncing names. But we'll get into other things. I'm excited about tonight. We have some really fun news. Really, it's funny because it's true. We have really great news, and we have 13 movies you're not going to want to miss in April. I love these episodes, so this is going to be fun. But before we get into it, Dave, you had an interesting weekend.
Did I?
Where were you? Where in the world was Dave Dreher?
Where in the world was I? I spent the weekend in Cincinnati at the Horror Hound Convention, actually in Sharonsville, Ohio. And it was great. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was a wild time. It was, I don't even know how to summarize it, quite frankly. Yeah. There was just so many freaking people.
Yeah. Now, are you allowed to say what you were doing there?
I think so. As far as I know, it's not illegal. I think alluded in the past. I mean, I do a lot of work with Charles Band with Full Moon features. And we were down there. We had the big Bloodstone subspecies 5,
which is awesome
debut. The big thing, great. A ton of people showed up for the screening. It was great. But we had all the stars there, and Charlie was there. The director Ted Nicolai was there. It was just great. People were really psyched for this convention. But people just seemed psyched as a whole, just at the convention. It was just so busy. The first time ever they sold out all 3 days.
Yay!
Nice. Well, congratulations, Horror Hound.
Yeah.
The mood was high. Everyone was very well behaved. It was a great show, and it was a series. I think I told Doc through a text. It was just there was just a series of one-off things that happened that just made it like one of those memorable shows. You don't get a lot of like memorable shows anymore when you do these conventions. They almost seem like cattle calls a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And it didn't have that vibe, and there was just a series of surprises, which I don't think we have time to go into here, but that just made it a really special time. So ton of fun. They did Evil Dead Rise screening there, actually a couple of them. We tried to get into the one on Saturday night, I guess, but when we got there was only single seats left available. So and my wife didn't want to sit beside another freak. She only wanted to sit beside me.
Well,
So we passed.
The freak of all freaks.
So we passed and didn't go see that, and went to the subspecies thing instead, which is probably where we should have been anyway.
And that was fun too.
We were there repping that film. It really was. And for people who were subspecies fan, this was like their Academy Awards. I mean, this is the first time the whole crew had been together in like 20 years. Apparently, I think it was at another Horror Hound show. It was the last time they were all in one place at one time. Yeah, so the people who were into that stuff, this was their Super Bowl.
Well, I'm sure we'll review the film eventually.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's going to be everywhere. There's going to be no escaping it.
No escaping it. Well, that's good news. All right, so we have 3 excellent articles, really fun announcements throughout the world of horror. So let's get into the first one. And I think I just found out that the original movie that this film is about is your absolute favorite horror film.
Well, it was technically it's Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, but let me just tell you, this is the movie that started everything for me. You know that meme? What's funny is, because I swear I said this before this meme came out, it's like, well, it all started when I was watching The Exorcist at 5.
Yes,
like, that's me. That's literally me. That's me as when I was a kid. So, what are we talking about? Well, The Exorcist. So we've known that there's going to be a sequel to The Exorcist. We know that Ellen Burstyn is back, and this is a Blumhouse. Blumhouse, like you know how much Doc loves Blumhouse. A little Blumhumper over there.
Blumhumper. Yeah.
I mean, I am too, because they've done so much for horror. How can you not love them? However, what you may or may not have heard is that another member of the original cast is coming back, and it's the one and the only Linda Blair. She will reprise her role as Regan. Now, we don't know how large the role is, but from all talks, it's small, but it's still there. So she did serve as an advisor on the new film. So,
nice.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty cool. So I guess we'll see. That's pretty exciting. I do wish that there was going to be a little bit more of Regan. Maybe it's going to be 3 movies, a trio, right?
3 movies, yeah. David Gordon Green is the director of this, and he's doing the same thing here that he did with Halloween and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Which I think is great. Yeah. This could go far. It could go all the way. Okay,
it could be great, or it could be absolute shite. But the eternal optimist that I am, I think it's going to be great.
Well, I loved the Exorcist television show too.
It was fantastic, actually.
Yeah, so pretty much anything to do with the Exorcist, I've really enjoyed. I enjoyed most, if not all. I mean, the third. Oh God, that one was fabulous. I mean, even when they're not great, they're usually pretty good. So I'm gonna probably give it a 2 thumbs up already. A pre 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, the Heretic's a little hard to swallow, but it in hindsight though, it's actually fun to watch now.
Yeah.
Because there's so much distance that it doesn't have. It doesn't
have the same sting.
It doesn't have the same sting, but so you can enjoy certain properties of it. We did the review of it on the 70s, Decades of Horror 70s, and we actually all were surprised how more we liked it, even though we didn't necessarily like it. It's a troubled film. It's a troubled film. Some for a lot of reasons, but it's kind of fun to watch now. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? I think it's good news. Yeah. Yes. What about you?
Yeah. Oh, I think that's fabulous. I'm excited. I mean, how could you bring that back to mom and not the daughter?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, I really think it's. I think it's going to be good for the show for sure. It's going to bring a lot of attention to it, and we're all waiting for that great part in one of the films when they start with Satan dies tonight. Satan dies tonight.
Wow.
Right?
Put us all in our place, Dave. Put us all in our place. Yeah, we can't get too excited.
Yeah, No. I think it'll be good. You know, I'm notoriously I don't like the devil movies, right? I mean, we all know this.
Yeah.
This is well documented. I don't like the devil movies. So we'll see where they head with this, but it's certainly worthy of our interest, if nothing else.
Well, everybody I think listening knows where my position is. But Dave, speaking of the films you do like, I know for a fact that you love the Friday the 13th movies.
I do. I really do, Doc.
Do you have any news about Friday the 13th or something like it?
No, actually not.
No shit.
Actually, I don't know what you're talking about.
We got a little bit of an update. We all know, of course, we have the Peacock series coming up, Crystal Lake, that Brian Fuller is bringing to us all. And we had heard about Adrienne King. Although there seems to be a little bit of controversy. You know, some people are saying that it's not confirmed she's in it. Other people are saying we got pictures of her from the set. So I'm going to go with she's in it. I've seen the pictures from the set. But the latest update we got is Adrienne and Mr. Fuller apparently had a little get-together meeting. Actually, I'm just going to read what she posted on Instagram along with a picture of Brian. She said, "Happy Friday, campers. Brian Fuller, our bloody, brilliant head counselor producer of Crystal Lake. The upcoming series and I had another exciting meeting, filling me in on what's in store for us at Camp Blood. Always a joy and can't wait until I'm able to share some details." And then she did a bunch of hashtags, one of them being coming 2024.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. So, so she's in it. It's happening, and we're waiting another year. That's it. That's the update.
Now, if for those who don't know, there has been a decade-long litigation, right, with the writer and the director, right, of the Friday the 13th, the original one, and basically they did the Chucky thing, right? They split it up.
Yes.
Half of them got the Friday the 13th, or the Crystal Lake part of it, and the other one got Jason, right? They got the Jason and the mask, and so Brian Fuller is on the Crystal Lake side. So there won't be any Jason in a mask, but he's doing Crystal Lake. So definitely some Voorhees are going to be involved in some fashion. And
so the Voorhees can be for both. Is that
Right.
what we're saying? I mean, I guess I'm just like, what is the actual split? You know, like,
well,
it's confusing.
You got to kind of split it with like the first movie was really more about the mom than Jason.
But
so
no, just
I mean, that's kind of where the split comes, because the mask came in part 3, right?
Part 3, yeah, not even in part 2.
Oh yeah, part 2 he had the
potato sack.
Mrs. Voorhees' head pops up every now and again throughout the franchise.
That's true.
You know, but other than that, so I think we're gonna, and everybody knows this is a prequel series, so it's obviously going to be Mrs. Voorhees in the events.
Perhaps a Mister.
Maybe a Mister.
Ooh.
Now television shows have been doing really well handling their properties like this. Hannibal was good. We were talking about the Exorcist. The Exorcist TV show was good.
Mm-hmm.
One that's closer to this in the way they're handling it was Bates Motel.
Yeah, which was great.
Which was awesome. And that got into what led up to basically what Psycho was. So I think we're going to get something like that. That's what I'm thinking. I am so looking forward to this, and it's got the right people involved. And she might just be a cameo, but I wonder if she's Pamela.
Could be.
I don't know. I say no,
say
but
no?
I think they're going. I think that would not still. I think we would know.
Okay.
If she was.
Well, she would be a lot more involved, right? So.
Yeah.
We'll know soon enough. 2024.
2024. It's only a year away.
Less than a year away now, guys. It is almost April.
Yeah.
Let's show Matt.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Shut the front door. All right. All right. Well, we want to know, what are you looking forward to, Crystal Lake, the TV show? Now, I have the weird news tonight. Well, it's weird for me, but I don't have any other than the fact I think we all love Ghostbusters. Did we like Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah, I did. It was sad. I cried.
Oh, it was incredible what they did at the end of that, right? But they also captured the heart and the charm of it with the new kids and everything, and the family part of it. And of course, we knew there was going to be a sequel. We know it's already started. We've seen a few shots just randomly, nothing specific, and we know that it's going to be in New York City.
New York City.
And we have a couple of cast announcements that we can parlay and see if we can figure out what they're about. Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail
That
Nanjiani.
sounds good.
I'll go with that. And Patton Oswalt have been announced as being in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, the thing is, the one thing these two actors have in common is they both do voice work, a lot of voice work. Of course, they're both well-known comedian actors too, and it's good to have comedy in your Ghostbuster films. It's always been a plus. But am I right? So I'm leaning that they're going to do like voices for characters. But do you think they're going to be
like ghost voices?
Yes.
I think that's entirely possible. I really hope that we see them, though. I mean, they're both pretty funny. And I mean, what kind of ghosts are they going to? You don't have that many talking ghosts, do you?
Not
really?
Yet. Not yet. They got to do something new.
I mean, I guess it could be anything. But
maybe they get possessed by a ghost.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be funny.
They're like, like the original. Yes, and the sequel as well. I like both of these actors. And,
me too.
But I don't think. Okay, so I guess the point is, I don't think they're going to be Ghostbusters. I
know. No! I think the kids are supposed to be the future Ghostbusters, aren't they? Right. I mean, I feel like that's the direction they're heading.
Well,
but
you want them to, right? Because they were so good.
Yes, absolutely. Well, maybe they could be anything. They could be like, ghost advisors, ghost experts, or I mean, who knows? Like
they starting to have experience now. Dave, what are you thinking? Are they going to be Ghostbusters or Ghost, or are they going to be somewhere in between?
They're going to do the Paul Rudd kind of thing. They're going to be.
You think it'll be Paul Rudd's?
Yeah, they're going to be important to the plot in some way, shape, or form, but not key to the overall film.
Okay. Do you think we're going to get Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon? Have they been announced?
I think you have to, right? Okay. I mean, they're like the two new leads. If we see our original cast at all, it'll be in cameo form again, I would think.
Well, are the kids coming back?
From what I've read, yeah. The kids are kind of the new unit, if you will.
Yeah, that's what Yeah, because then they have to bring.
But it's all this kind of hearsay. Nobody really seems to know.
Okay. Well, IMDb lists Carrie Coon, McKenna Grace, and Finn Wolfhard and Paul Rudd. Gruberson is all coming back. Right. Other new cast members are Emily Allen Lind, Celeste O'Connor, and James Acaster. So I imagine it's going to be kids.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's going to be Phoebe, Trevor, and the new kids here. Although it was Lucky in the original. Is that the same one? Yes. So the girlfriend is coming back too. Sorry. For Trevor.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So and then of course we have our two new members, and be very interesting to see what happens. I'm looking forward to this. It's still listed as coming out this Christmas. If they're just now filming it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Possible.
March and April with all the special effects from a ghost movie.
Well, you don't know how. It depends. Like, not everyone edits after they get all the footage. They could totally be putting some of this together already.
Yeah.
Edit as they go.
If you see a trailer by the end of the summer, it'll make December.
Mm-hmm.
I will buy that. I will buy that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get pushed probably March or April of next year.
I don't think so. Like, as long as they finish and they have 6 months, they can more than do it in 6 months.
They
can more than edit it.
They will have that. Because they'll be filming through April? They started in March. They'll probably film through April, right? And then pick up shots.
They started in March. Oh, God, I think they'd take longer, though. I feel like they'd film, but, the reality is every production company has a different process. That's and so, look what South Park does. I know they don't have the highest quality, but they put together an episode in like 6 days. Like they'll be doing the voices just a few days before they air. So it's just the process.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah. Do you have a good process? I guess we'll find out if they deliver.
We'll find out if Sony can do it. They delivered on the first one. They deliver on some of their properties, and then every once in a while they throw Morbius at us. All right.
I liked it. Sorry. I know. I can't help it. My bad.
Yeah, there you go. So that's our news for this week. I'm very excited about this news. Please let us know what you think about it. Which one's your favorite? What do you think about it? Who else do you want to see cast in Ghostbusters Afterlife 2? I don't know what it's going to be called. I think, well, it doesn't matter. Let's move on. So what we got coming up next, we did this last month. We're doing this month, and hopefully we'll be continuing doing this, but we're going to discuss the upcoming films coming next month. In this case, it's April 2023.
Ooh.
And I have 13 films lined up in various degrees of excitement. And I am going to, they're not in any order other than chronologically. So they're chronological, how they're coming out, not in which one we're looking more forward to. I think it's not going to be difficult to figure out which one or ones we are looking more forward to. But it also is I'll give you some hints. It's going to be a great month in the theaters.
Yes.
And we have a couple of really strong streaming movies and some interesting ones that I didn't see coming. So let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do a little change here. Let's put the right faces up here. Let me see you guys and not me. All right. First up, Living with Chucky. It ain't child's play.
I love it.
Now, this is a documentary. It's on Screambox. And it is obviously about the making of Child's Play and I guess the legacy of Chucky.
Love it.
Yes.
Screambox does a great job with these horror documentaries. I love every one they've done. They've got a whole series of them up there now, and I think this one will make a excellent entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to give Shudder a run for the money.
On these documentaries, they're definitely doing a great job.
Yep. But I think there's room for both of them. I think there's room for maybe a couple more.
Well, Shudder is the best. Like I love Shudder. I love them. Can't help it.
But this will be very interesting, and we have good news for you. We'll be reviewing this in the coming weeks. So look for our review coming out very shortly. And this is coming out April 4th. So it's the first movie of here that we have on our list.
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah, not too long.
Woof.
Tuesday, next 2 days we record. All right, up next. Now this one is an interesting beast. It's Godless, the Eastfield Exorcism.
The poster looks awesome.
Doesn't it?
So,
yeah. And it's coming from XYZ, as you can see on the poster. The synopsis, check this out. Laura is a woman torn between science and faith. Pushed by her husband to seek treatment for a congregation of zealots, a ruthless exorcist will try to save her soul by putting an innocent woman through hell.
Sorry, I had to. I couldn't help it. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
Now, this is another one that Dave is like, do we have to review this? And you and I, Crystal, are like, oh, yeah, we have to.
Oh, God, these are my favorite. I mean, like, I get it, Dave. Like, there's things that we don't like, but these are my favorites. I don't know why, because they're the spookiest. They're the scariest.
They are. Dave's like, I don't care. Where's my slashers?
True.
All right.
Maybe they need like a possessed slasher film.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
In our house, and that was all covered. All right. Up next is an interesting title. You're Killing Me.
I love the idea of it. One of you knows something.
One of you knows something. Now you'll see that the cast includes Anne Hesh, Dermot Mulroney, and McKaylee Miller. Of course, this is one of Anne Hesh's last films. Sad, but the opportunity to catch it. Here is the synopsis. The movie follows Eden, who goes to a coveted heaven and hell party hoping to get a
Okay.
letter of recommendation from an Elite University from a wealthy parents over classmates. But the party quickly turns into a fight for her life.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Fight for your life. Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
does that sound good? That sounds maybe
Sounds good to
slashery.
me.
Yeah, Dave?
Mhm.
Dave? All right, here's another one on Dave's list. No, it's not. It's on ours. The Pope's Exorcist. This is our first theatrical release in our thing. It's starring Russell Crowe, Franco Nero, Ralph Ineson, who's only the voice. So guess who's the voice of? Russell Crowe plays Father Gabriel Morse. Of course, is the inspiration for the Exorcist priest, the priest in the Exorcist, and it's the subject of a documentary that was it William Blatty did, or was it the other one? Dave, do you remember?
I think it was William Blatty, was it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're getting. Of course, he left. Oh, he did it for years and years. I think he was 90 when he passed away. He did it for years and years and years. He was the official Pope's exorcist, as you air quotes, and he documented a lot of it. So this is a tale from his documentations. So
I love it.
Say,
They say.
they say, but it is coming to theaters on the 7th. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me
Crystal,
too.
Yeah. Are you?
I the trailer for this looked awesome. Russell Crowe's amazing. It's
He
just
looks
weird
great.
to see him in this role. I guess I still picture him as like 300.
Gladiator.
Well, Gladiator, not 300. Yeah,
Gladiator.
Yeah.
My bad. Psych. That was someone else. But still, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Julius Avery is directing this. Now, we liked his previous films, or at least one of his previous films. He did Overlord, which, Dave, I think even you liked, right?
Yeah, Overlord was good. I enjoyed Overlord. That was the one that was rumored to possibly be connected to the whole Cloverfield thing. Remember when?
For a while,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like it might have been, and they cut it.
We're like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still a good movie though.
Yes.
All right, coming out on the 11th of April is a film I didn't even know existed until it showed up, and that is Cube.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is not the original Cube. This is a remake, an Asian remake of it, based on Vincenzo Natali's original 1997 film. It must be Japanese. I'm going to try again. Yasuhiko Shimizu is directing. And it looks like it's pretty faithful.
And you know what? This is going to be interesting. Cube is amazing. So I wonder if they're going to do it better.
I wonder if they'll do it different. I wonder how close to the original they'll actually stay.
It's
Does it
kind of
really?
nice to see them taking something from us for once.
I know it's not really what you see. Right? Well, it certainly happens. We just don't get the chance to enjoy it as much. But yeah, since the 2000s, we've been the ones swiping.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting. We will be reviewing this one as well. So look for that in the coming weeks. And this is also another Screambox, Dave.
Screambox. For the win.
Screambox. Yep. Why am I just copying? I'm like, Screambox! Yay!
All right. So up next is the 14th of April. Yet another theatrical release. We have almost each week has a theatrical release, and this one is Renfield. Sucks to be him.
So
Nicolas
excited.
Cage as Dracula. Do we need anything else? I mean,
No.
we're sold on that alone, right?
Yep.
The
Solid.
trailers look fantastic. Did either of you see the little featurette that they had out over the last week, where they had the faces superimposed onto the original Dracula footage?
Oh,
No,
God, no,
I
I
didn't see
didn't see that.
Oh, you need to look for it. So instead of Bela Lugosi and Dwight Fry, it was these two, and and of
Look
course
at
their
those
voices and everything.
rings.
Oh my gosh. the second
nails.
So the second trailer that just came out has much
did
more
love
of Nicolas Cage in it, and you really get an idea of his role. So, and he's Nicolas Cage. He's doing it
Yep.
right. I am so looking forward to this.
Me too.
Is anybody nervous about it? Is anybody
No.
thinking that it could flop?
Oh God, no! Because literally, there's not been a Nicolas Cage movie that I haven't been entertained in.
There you
I mean,
go.
I'm not gonna. I don't go into any movie thinking, well, I have in the past, thinking it's going to be some sort of masterpiece. But this is a comedy, clearly.
Mhm.
So I'm going to take it as lighthearted as possible, and I don't think it'll be disappointing then. You know,
Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the trailers and stuff look good. It looks like he's taking it serious as like a comedic twist on Dracula, and that's what he needs to do.
Yep.
I don't care for Nicolas Cage when he tries to what's the word I want to use? The gentle word I want to use. When he tries to reinvent the wheel, he just needs to do what he does because
gotcha.
He's so good when he's just himself. So, and it looks like he went there with this. So I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. All right, coming up next is Shudder with one of their releases. It's a film called From Black. It stars Anna Camp, who I find adorable and scary.
Me too. I love her. She's so cute and fun and like precious funny. I dig her. I have no idea what this movie is about though.
Yep. And speaking of Nanjiani, they were in a film together where it was like oil to the face. Something. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but I just happen to remember that they starred in a movie together from the news in this. All right, this is coming to Shudder on the 14th as well. And here's the synopsis. A recovering drug addict, desperate for closure and saddled by crushing guilt after the disappearance of her young son, is presented with a bizarre offer to learn the truth about what happened and set things right if she is willing to pay a terrifying price.
Ooh.
How dark is she willing to go for a chance at redemption?
Mm-hmm. How dark indeed.
Apparently she has to hang upside down from a ceiling.
Apparently,
Yeah.
something is. Something is. And that, well, I mean, the poster alone has me sold. I love that.
Yeah,
that
it looks
really
nice.
That's really cool. It's a good poster.
I love
Sometimes
how it looks like the spine is like the neck's like tilted back or like or something.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
that's
Yeah.
creepier.
Can't tell if that's hair or a skull, but whatever it is, it looks creepy.
It looks like a skull to me,
It does,
and then
yeah.
like a veil or something. That's what it looks
Yeah.
like. But
Definitely, there's some bail action going on for sure.
All right. The next couple of films may not be on your radar at all, so let's discuss what they are. The first one is Nefarious. Great title.
Yep.
Speak of the Devil. Well, that should tell something that Dave won't be watching it. This has Sean Patrick Flannery. I think he has quite the fan base, doesn't he? Cult fan base.
yes,
Right.
because he's kind of hot.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
I mean, come on, come on.
Dave does. Dave, is he out? Here's the synopsis for this. This is also coming out on the 14th. On the day of his scheduled execution, a convicted serial killer gets a psychiatric evaluation during which he claims he is a demon and further claims that before their time is over, the psychiatrist will commit 3 murders of his own.
Ooh, oh, I like it. That sounds fun. Okay, I'm in.
All right. The next film on our list is also one that you may not have heard about, but it's called Reaper Man. And
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it until today.
Mm-mm.
But,
Until
I
today.
have, but because that's why I put it on the list. But anyway, it's coming out on the 18th.
And what's it
From
about?
writer-director Jared Lockridge. Stars Keenan Walker, KJ Baker, and Harley Lauder. And the synopsis, I said all those names because the synopsis is short. A grieving wife summons a dark spirit with an insatiable desire for revenge.
Oh, well, that doesn't tell us anything.
Very generic.
It is. But looking forward to it. Now, this next movie.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if anybody's actually looking forward to this one.
Oh, that's because everybody's looking forward to this one. This is our number one. Number one. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the list, and I knew exactly.
You knew what I was talking about. You knew I was.
This is the only April movie that you need.
Yes, Evil Dead Rise, the fifth in the film series?
God, looks cool.
Mommy
Look how creepy.
Loves You to Death. Oh, the trailers have been absolutely spine chilling, blood curdling, skin crawling.
Ooh!
They look great. I love the "Mama's with the maggots now" line. Oh my God, it just looks fantastic. And I don't think we've seen a whole lot. I have a feeling there's a lot of surprises. Now, Dave, they had a screening of this at your convention, Horror Hound, but you didn't get to see it because you were doing we
were doing Charles Band things.
Charles Band's things. But you got to hear some feedback from people that did see it, did you not?
Yeah, so we were seated, our table was right next to Hal Dietrich, who was Scotty in the original Evil Dead. And his line was insane. I mean, fucking sane the entire weekend. And he's such a great guy. I mean, he's older now. He's probably my age, he's mid-60s. And he's like, I haven't done a convention in like 5 years. He was like, I don't know what's going on. why are all these people here wanting to talk to me? I said, it's got to be because of Evil Dead Rise. He's like, I'm not in it. I said, I know, but you're part of the franchise, right? And Bruce Campbell was there. So, but anyway, those people, as they were coming up, the ones that had been in the screening were just like, oh my God, unfucking believable. And everybody, hands down, everybody I asked said the cheese grater scene will change your fucking life.
Oh no!
Oh
no!
So,
but apparently the cheese grater scene is what we are all to be watching for.
Oh,
okay.
Just a quick.
Just the idea of it sounds horrible.
The cheese grater scene. Yes, that's what we got to remember. And apparently, Bruce Campbell, of course, he executive produced, right? Mm-hmm. But he is briefly in the film.
Oh, cool.
Somewhere.
Nobody would tell me how, but they said he was in the film, but you have to really pay attention.
Yep.
So
I'm sure when we watch it, we'll all know.
So I'm very fascinated by the cheese grater scene.
Well, it was in the first trailer briefly.
Was it? I must have missed
it. It smacks it down on the leg, and it looks insane. I can't.
Yeah, I did not hear one negative comment about the film. So
I can't wait to see it. All right, up next. Now this is a fun-looking monster movie. It's called The Tank. Now it's not about a tank, like a war.
That looks like a water tank.
It's about like a water tank. Yes, and it has a creature in it. And of course, it's written and directed by Scott Walker. The cast includes Lucianne Buchanan, Matt Whelan, and Mark Mitchison. Here's the synopsis. After mysteriously inheriting an abandoned coastal property, Ben and his family accidentally unleash an ancient, long-dormant creature that terrorized the entire region, including his own ancestors, for generations.
Ooh.
What lives in the tank?
Just couldn't leave the tank alone, could you? No. Around the damn tank.
So I think this movie promises some good creature work, and we're looking forward to that.
Always like a good creature.
Yep.
All right, up next, this may be Crystal's second favorite movie coming out this month. Also in the theaters, this one's on the 21st, and we just recently got a trailer for it, and that is Black Demon. What a poster! That poster is bonkers. Nature bites back. I did find out it's another megalodon though, right? So
yeah.
Is it? Is that what it's supposed to be? Okay, because they were saying like, yeah.
because
it looks really scary.
Yeah, it looks pretty well done. Even though there's one shot in the trailer at the end where it comes out of the water and like knocks a boat way up in the air, and it looks awesome and slightly cheesy all at the same time. But outside of that, the underwater scenes look really good for the shark, and I'm looking forward to it.
The only problem I have with this movie already is, why did he bring his family? Come on. It's ridiculous. No one takes their family out on a rig. No, people don't take their families out on rigs. It's just not something you do. But it's a plot device. So
yeah, I was going to say, I think it's plot armor. And this is the simple synopsis for it. It's stranded on a crumbling rig in Baja. A family faces off against a vengeful megalodon shark. It's directed by Adrian Grunberg and stars Josh Lucas, who I think we all like.
Of course.
And Fernanda Urehula.
Oh my gosh, I can't even read the poster. What is it? What's in the poster? It's ICURR, and then what? What is that on the poster? I can't read the poster. Her name.
Oh, it's
like, do you see it? It's like,
spelled,
what are those letters?
I have them in front of me. I still can't tell you what they are. But Dave, what's your thoughts? Are you looking forward to another shark movie?
I'd like to buy a vowel, please, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I didn't know what it was. I seen the trailer come in, and I'm like, demon, fuck, I don't want to see another demon movie. So I kind of passed it by, and then I went back to it. I was, ooh, hey, wait, this is a shark movie. So I think it looks great. That part at the end said looked cheesy. I thought looked pretty damn good, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys liked it. To me, I was like, oh no. But I liked the whole idea. Like I said, it thrilled me at the same time. So I didn't. It's not really a negative, but it was kind of like, but I might have memories from, what is that shark movie from 1981 or 82 that was that people couldn't see for a long time because Universal sued them. I forget what the name of the shark movie is, but it is basically Jaws, but it has a really, really bad shark coming up out of the water scene. It just is blowing my mind. There's people watching. You know what movie that is. Let us know what it is. All right, up last. If Christopher G. Moore was here, this would be high on his list. It's another theatrical film on the 28th. So every weekend, every weekend we have a horror film in the theater.
Much.
That is insane, Dave. How long? I mean, when we grew up, it was like, if we got one a month, it would be spectacular. Except for 1984. 1984 was different.
Yeah, we'd read about him in Fangoria and like couldn't wait for him, right? By the time they made it to us, the anticipation was so high.
Yep.
So yeah. I mean, this is great. I hope we can keep this wave going. I don't know. Every bubble breaks at some point. So
it will eventually. Yes,
every bubble breaks.
Waiting
for that shoe to drop.
Oh my God! All right. Of course, this is Ari Aster. Excuse me. Joaquin Phoenix is in it. Parker Posey as well. Amy Ryan.
I love Parker Posey.
Yeah. This one's labeled a comedy drama horror, so this is a little bit more on the comedy side. But if you saw the trailer, it has some psychedelic nonsense going on, and it looks creepy in certain ways. And of course, as I mentioned, Christopher G. Moore is a huge fan of Ari Aster, so we're definitely going to be talking about this in the future. Thoughts? Do you want me to read the synopsis first before you give me your thoughts? All right. Mm-hmm. Following the sudden death of his mother, a mild-mannered but anxiety-ridden man confronts his darkest fears as he embarks on an epic Kafkaesque, I'm sure I mispronounced that, odyssey back home. What is that, Dave? What's Kafkaesque?
I'm not sure you're pronouncing it right, but I'm not.
I'm pretty sure I am not.
I don't have it in front of me. I mean, he likes cafes. I don't know.
So
that sounds
it's characteristic or reminiscent of oppressive or nightmarish qualities of Frank Kafka. Fictional.
Jesus, what the frick? I'm too stupid for that. I'm too stupid, so sorry.
Kafkaesque. Yes, I just couldn't couldn't get it out. Now, well, okay, we'll leave that there because obviously it's out of my pay grade. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. That's our 13th film. So that's a crazy list of movies.
That's a fabulous list of movies. Like, it's April.
It's April.
What's happening? Like, it's, although we need some for our list, for our end of the year list. Because it's not as good as it was last year so far. So
far. We'll see, though.
So far.
It's not as good as last year? I mean, because this year we've had Megan and Scream 6 and Cocaine Bear. I mean,
those were okay.
Oh, I love Megan.
Megan was so since I didn't review this, let me just tell you. In the beginning, and I love Allison Williams. Like, I am obsessed. I loved The Perfection. The acting is phenomenal.
Oh, yes. That was good.
But my problem was the whole story in the beginning. I could freaking pop so many holes in that story. It started to irritate me. Then, of course, Megan became Megan, and it was much better.
Yeah.
I was like, but because of all those plot holes, it was a problem for me. It was bad. I was like,
plot holes didn't bother. I paved right over them.
Of course they didn't.
You
know what? Blumhumper.
Well, yeah,
what?
You're right. Absolutely right. Now, Dave, have you watched the unrated version?
That's what I watched. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
And did you watch the regular version or just the unrated?
I only watched the unrated. I didn't go see it.
Me too.
All right, so I watched both, and there's not really that much difference. There's a handful of F-bombs that made it through, obviously, between PG-13 and R, and then there's a couple of scenes that are just a little bit gory, like the water pressure scene, the ear scene, and the elevator scene are just a little bit gorier. Everything else is mostly the same. And for me, I think they made the right decision to make it PG-13 because it brought a bigger audience, and it looks like it paid off because they made buku bucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, how did we talk about this?
I don't know how we got involved, but that's
but Scream 6 was great too. All right. Anyway, that's our horror movies for April 2023. Check them out and let us know, or check out all the trailers and stuff. I'll try to have them linked in the show notes. Let us know which one you're most looking forward to after Evil Dead Rise.
What's yours, Doc? Evil Dead Rise for you?
Evil Dead Rise is the number one, but then it's it might be Pope's Exorcist.
Come on, oh God, I know. And both of us love shark movies, but that Pope's Exorcist, damn, it looks so good.
I know. I didn't know what the Black Demon was going to be, so I was kind of like, it's not going to be, but it looks great.
Yeah.
Renfield, I can't wait to see.
Oh no, God, I don't know. Okay, this month is like has been my favorite month so far.
Well, that's 4 winners right there, right? You got 4 winners with Evil Dead Rise, Renfield, what's the
Black Demon?
Black Demon, Pope's Exorcist.
And the Pope's Exorcist. That's 4 winners right there. Boom. Yep.
Yeah. I think even if they're going to be not great, they're still going to be pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Well, I think at least one of them is going to blow our socks off. So we'll see. Cheese graters and everything included.
Okay.
All right, guys.
That sounds so painful. Okay.
This was so much fun. We went way over, but it was a great time.
Oh, sorry.
Going over.
Yep.
So Dave, Crystal, thank you for joining me. This was so much fun.
Thanks for having us. This was awesome. I love talking horror with you fellas.
I didn't know where you were going with that at first.
I really wanted to have some alliteration, but talking horror with you homies, or I don't know, none of it sounded right. So I was like, that sounds.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, all right. We'll be back soon. Thank you guys. Let's say goodnight.
Good night.